Hello, YouTube. Thought I'd turn on my camera, go live on YouTube for you guys while I'm doing cardio. Answer any questions that you may have. Maybe there's a video that I posted in the gym training, something I talked about you want to ask questions about. Had some people who want to ask me some questions. I opened up my phone lines yesterday. They missed out. They saw the video too late in the day. So if you have any questions, anything that I could help you with while I'm here doing cardio here on YouTube, I always want to take care of you guys. I love you guys on YouTube. The serious crowd, you guys are serious. And love spending my time here. Should have been spending my time here with you guys on YouTube a long time ago. But I'm here, you guys watching my videos, viewing them, subscribing, posting comments, showing your appreciation. Thank you so much. As you know, I've put a lot of effort into bodybuilding and training for myself personally, but also every step along the way I've been sharing my knowledge for both fitness and life with you, and it makes me feel really good when you guys are getting a lot out of my messages. Sometimes, I'm just here, I turn on the camera doing a live video, and the question might take me in a certain direction, and I don't know how it's benefiting. I know how I'm thinking, and sometimes there may be some things that I say that to me might be okay, right? But for you, it's just exactly what you needed right at the right time. I'm just really glad I can do that. That's why I make myself available to you. So if you have any questions, good morning, Mike. Mike, I did get your email when I woke up this morning. I can reach out to you today. Do you have a question? Maybe your question is one that everybody can benefit during this live session. The interesting thing about life, and also, hello, Luke. Glad you actually got it to make one of my live videos. I'm glad you're here too, Luke. One thing I was saying is that, in life, you just got to keep on swinging. You got to try a lot of things. I think we all know that to get from where you are to that incredible, amazing place you want, reach your goals, experience certain feelings and emotions, whatever that may be, I think we know it's not going to be a direct line. That there's going to be twists and turns, ups and downs, trials and tribulations along the way. We all know that. And if we could have a crystal ball, look into the future and know that all of the hard work, all the setbacks that we came out okay on the other side, if we had some type of guarantee that everything would turn out okay, we would work hard, we would try and fail and subject ourselves to embarrassment, that everybody it may appear that we failed other people, maybe that you got your hopes up and you let yourself down. If we could just have some guarantee, some peek into the future that everything turned out okay, even if it's not exactly the way we planned it, but we were further ahead, I really believe we'd all work harder, we'd all take more risk, we'd all subject ourselves through potential embarrassment. We would do it because we would see that it all paid off. And all the pain and all the suffering and all the confusion and all the overwhelm, it was worth it. I really believe that about you. And I know that's true about me. So if that's the case, if we're willing to work really, really hard, and we know that there's going to be failure along the way, why don't we try more? Why don't we subject ourselves to failure and embarrassment? Why don't we try 20 times instead of just a couple times before we start rationalizing and say, well, that's not really what I wanted, or, I'm doing okay. Why wouldn't we? You know, I really think it's because we just can't imagine it. We know it intellectually, but we don't feel it in our heart of what that's going to get us. Right? The better your imagination is, you know, the more vivid, creative you can see it and feel it, the more you'll put up with the work. Chase greatness. Boyd's joining me over from Facebook. Yeah, you know, it's interesting you say chase greatness. One thing I've learned through my journey through life is that, you know, greatness, that's relative to us. We have this idea of what greatness is, what we want. If we were to accomplish this, or have this, or whatever, we would be great. Right? Well, everybody doesn't have the same. Hello, Oscars. How you doing, sir? Everybody doesn't have that same emotion tied to the same goal of greatness. Right? We see it in other people. We say, I want what he has. I want more of what he has in my life. And that's greatness. It's not the same for everybody, right? But it's what I can give you guys a little tip. If you really want to accomplish some ambitious goal and you want to put more effort in, you want to be more flexible, more determined, more effort, or maybe you say you want to do something and you know intellectually you can accomplish it, but you just can't get yourself to take enough action, I can tell you is that you're not understanding what the emotion that you want out of that accomplishment, right? Why do you want to have a ripped six-pack set of abs? Why do you want to win that trophy? Why do you want to get that girl? Why do you want that family? You know? Why is all that important to you? Because it's not about abs. It's not about a trophy. You know, there's some feeling, some connection, some confidence, some certainty. You want to get out of pain. Maybe it was when you were a kid, and maybe you got something to prove to yourself that you're better than all this, right? There's something deep inside of you. It's an emotion, not a car, not a business, not money, not a woman, not muscles, right? It's a feeling, it's an emotion that you want. When you can key in, and that's where it takes a lot of self-awareness, when you can key in to what that emotion is you're missing, that pain you want to get out of, that you've identified that goal, you'll work harder at it. You'll get knocked down 9 times and get up 10 when you know what it is. There's a lot of guys who they don't really understand why they're so driven, and that's great. As long as they get the job done, it doesn't matter because it's going on inside your head even if you don't realize it. But this is really for, like, you know, there's so many things in my life that I said, you know, why aren't I working as hard on this as I did maybe my bodybuilding career? You know, in our whole fitness world, you hear it all the time. We say it to ourselves. We say it to everyone, is that if you can be so disciplined and focused for your bodybuilding and training and eating and form this with your body, you can accomplish anything in life. But at the same time, we don't do those things that we know we should. And I just really think at some level we don't know what that emotion is, you know, and we don't believe on a really deep level that is going to really make us happy. You know, one thing is, if you guys, and I don't know where you are in your journey, but bodybuilding and training, the structure, the discipline, lifestyle, the body makes us feel in control, makes us feel certain. It's a game that we can play every single day. A lot of emotions tied into it. Sometimes it doesn't make us happy as we want. It gets us partially there. You know, I know, you know, if being disciplined and looking great and having abs, then everybody who's fit, right, they would be totally happy. That's not necessarily true. There's probably other things they want on top of it. So if you can't get yourself to be as dedicated and focused to training as you want, the chances are great that you really don't believe that those muscles, that structure, you think at some level it's going to take you away from the happiness and the connection that you really want. Might be true, may not be true. It's you have to align it to what you really want. See, so like for me, when I was competing and writing, and it was just my whole life, I knew that this was the way for me. That I knew there was more inside of me, even though I was getting the promotions at my regular job at the grocery store. My opinion of myself was bigger than that whole environment. Even though, I got promotions and I was the youngest manager, and I knew I had a lot to be thankful for, and a lot of people respected me, and, I lopped up the ladder more than other people, and it was a job and what they wanted. I just knew that there was more in life for me. Didn't know how to necessarily get it. And so I didn't feel that great about myself. I felt okay. See, the toughest thing in life is when you don't feel horrible, because if you feel horrible, you'll do something about it. All right? If you feel great and you have the momentum going, like I do now with my training and nutrition, doing these broadcasts, writing my books, my one-on-one coaching clients, my family, my kids, and this amazing journey that I have. It took a lot of time for me to align this. So you guys just keep on. You got to find reasons why all these pieces to your life, it's going to lead you to the emotions that you want. And so I just got myself to really believe that being a bodybuilding champion would make me feel better about myself. And I knew I had more to offer this world than be the grocery store manager, even though I was the youngest manager in the chain, even though I was making good, solid money and benefits. All right, so that's what drove me. It was more than muscles. A lot of times we in the fitness world, we're really hard on each other. And we say, fitness people are just into their body. They're selfish, narcissistic. It's not that. I know it's our physical body, but we're all striving for these emotions. Get out of pain, get out of loneliness, have more confidence to live. We know there's so much more, and we're disappointing ourselves, right? It's that drive, it's that journey. It's just the muscles are just how we express getting out of pain and to experience the emotions that we want, whether we realize it or not, right? And so that's what bodybuilding was for me. I was just all in, and it did that. Did that for a very long time. I mean, I couldn't have done it. But I'll tell you, when I retired, I got everything out as far as that. And then I had to kind of retire, kind of ease up on that, and then start going for the other things like family. How was I going to live my life when I was older, right? All the dedication took for bodybuilding, right? And so that took me on another journey where I wanted other emotions. That's led me to be married and have kids. Well, see, now I'm back to the training and how it all ties in. I'm just as driven. Here I am at 55 years old. But so it's the same journey, the same eating, training, discipline, but it has a whole new meaning for me now. Good morning, Radar. Good to have you here, sir. It has a whole new meaning. See, for me, I do this thing called what I call success, fulfillment, and accountability coaching. I mean, you guys like the messages in addition to the training. I coach men one-on-one over the phone. We talk every single week. If you think I'm really passionate, I come to you with these messages and I want to share this big brother advice with you. I mean, my real passion, my real expertise, I know a lot of you guys just know me as the bodybuilder, but when guys, they want more out of life and they come to me, maybe because of the muscles, that's the attraction. They come to me for this success, fulfillment, accountability coaching every week, life coaching or whatever some people call it. I mean, that is my real strength. That's my real power, right? That's how I change lives. Right? These videos are great, but how I really change lives is through this one-on-one connection where I can really share the lessons that I've learned. And if you guys love this wisdom, purpose, destination, completely agree. So true, sir. So true. Sometimes, though, like I said, here I am. I've been a student of personal development, working for the masters for getting close to 34 years or so. But we all sometimes lack objectivity and perspective. We all don't see our full power. We all sometimes have a challenge lining up all our talents, and time goes by. So that's why I really love what I do. But, how this works with what I'm saying about, maybe it's with your training. You can't get yourself to do the things you say you want to do. At some level, you don't think it's going to bring the emotions that you want. See, I continue to train, right? I never have taken a break since I retired from bodybuilding and training. But I'll tell you, it's taking on a whole new meaning because I kind of went back in my life and I worked on another skill set over the last 14 years. I mean, a life beyond bodybuilding, right? Because, it doesn't matter how great I may look at 55 years old. How am I going to make my living? I'm going to support my family. I got to provide a different value. So when I retired from competitive bodybuilding, I really went to work and really worked on that 14-year journey. And to see bodybuilding and training, even though I train, I still look good. Hello, Philippe. Good to have you here, sir. I kept on doing it, but I didn't have the same zeal, passion, drive as I have now, because now it's putting all together, Hey, if you guys, find this interesting, I tell you, I talked to a gentleman yesterday, and he's a family guy. He's got a young daughter. It's like this new role, right? And he's got a lot of responsibility. He is a conscientious parent. He's thinking about his daughter, who's only 3, her education. He's got to be the strength for his wife. I mean, real life stuff, right? Big leagues, right? And so, and he has a good job that he works hard at. Guys that want more out of life. And he's making the bodybuilding and training process so complicated that he can't follow through. And it's really normal, because sometimes the emotion that we want is control. So made it to my first YouTube Live, Jeff. Good to have you here, sir. Post that question again if you had one, Jeff. It's good to have you here. And so, see, if you are making the training and eating strategies so complex, and you just can't get yourself going, and you're confused, and you're overwhelmed, and you're going, this can't be so hard. I'm a smart guy. I'm willing to work hard. I've seen a lot of dumb guys. They seem to have this training and eating down. So it's not about intelligence. I'm telling you, it's about drive. It's about aligning your whole life, what it means to you. I'll tell you, if you're a guy in your 40s and 50s, and maybe you're so dedicated to bodybuilding and training, and now you're not doing anything, and you're getting fatter, maybe you're just showing up, and you just want to, gotta get in shape. I know how to do this. Why can't I get myself to do this? I'm telling you guys, it's because on some level, you don't believe that getting in shape, doing the discipline, allocating your willpower, focus, time, and energy away from, your family, your job, and your important things, and putting it on to training them maybe the way that you did years before. I'm already 7 months old since I didn't see all that. Cheers, Jeff. Right? But I'm just telling you guys that you got to get clear on the entire life big picture. The entire life big picture. When you do that, I'm telling you this, all these training and these strategies that you are making so complicated in your mind, that are making your head explode, your you're confused, you're overwhelmed. You know, I see guys, I had a guy just today, and you know, I can tell, like, if he sees anything that's just a different, like I do a few too many sets here or there, it's like, whoa, 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 this does not compute, right? There's the mental and emotional flexibility. We got to hold on, right? I'm telling you, if you're having a challenge, you know, focusing on training and eating, and you say you want it, what does it feel like to be on stage for the first time? Your first competition? That's a great question, Philippe. Great question. I'll answer you that question because I got a life lesson along with that, right? But I'm telling you guys, if you can't get it together and it's frustrating because you're watching the YouTube videos, you know the routines, maybe you've experienced, but you can't do it. Maybe you're in your 40s and 50s. I'm telling you, come to me. Go to livevideospecial.com. Livevideospecial.com. Email me, message me, tell me you want to talk to me for 10 or 15 minutes. Reach out, right? Because you're taking in all this information. It's just making you more overwhelmed and confused. I'll tell you, in 10 minutes of talking to me, I'll help you identify how to get this all lined out in the context of your individual life. Because, you know, sometimes you're comparing yourself to a fitness expert. Well, it's my pleasure that you're here, Philippe. Philippe's saying it's such a pleasure to have me talking to him directly. I'm flattered that you're even here, even asking me questions, Philippe. All right? But guys, I'm telling you, what's not working is you haven't found a way to make your dedication and thoroughness to bodybuilding training, you haven't found a way to make it work in your life for your goals, and it's different than anybody else. You can't go by a 25-year-old fitness expert on YouTube. He doesn't have your responsibilities, your job, your kids. I mean, if you're a parent, you know what a tremendous responsibility that you have. You got to be there for them. You worry about them. Even when they're doing well, you worry about their future. You know, you got a young boy and you're just watching on social media some daredevil guy on his bike jumping off buildings. I mean, you think about your son and you wonder, boy, is my kid going to make good decisions when he's 15? I don't want him doing that. He's going to kill himself or get hurt. But he's got to take his risk, right? So much emotion, so much responsibility goes into being a parent, right? I'm not saying it's impossible. Obviously, I want to believe I'm an example, you know, that you can be a good parent and you can have a great physique. But I'm just telling you, you know, that fitness expert who has no kids, right, his career, you know, is bodybuilding and training, and you're trying to match his level of focus and passion, and he's either telling you or you think what he's telling you is there's only one way to do it, and that's his way, totally passionate way, no kids, no responsibility, that's his career. And here you are 40, 50 years old, and you got a job and responsibilities and everything. You just want to be in shape. Well, I'm here to tell you, I got that same job and some responsibility, that sense of urgency, family, wife, you know, kids, business, legacy, right? My craft, right? Cracking the code on social media. But when I get here, that I've got a message for you. The technology involved, right? My persistence, my resilience, adding a tremendous value to you, saying in a way that you go to livevideospecial.com. Look, I can tell you this, guys, right? You go to livevideospecial.com, you see that deal, right? You get to talk to me one-on-one. Do you think this is good? You think this is moving you emotionally? What if I were to talk to you for 90 minutes, record the call, and we crack the code for you specifically? In addition to that, you have all of my information, my Manformation, Confidence Leadership courses, plus all my bodybuilding and training. I know what you want out of life, right? So Philippe wants to meet me, he watches my videos. That's so awesome, Philippe. I'm flattered by that. All right, guys, but I know what you want. I trust me, I don't know you personally, but I know the reasons why people, they watch my videos. And not like everybody's attracted to what I have to say, and that's okay. But I know why you are. It's not about the muscles. It's about some emotion that you perceive me having that you want. I want to help you get there. Like I said, go to livevideospecial.com. Let me talk to you for 90 minutes. Use what I've been doing for the last 34 years and then really focusing since I retired from competitive bodybuilding is this coaching. All right? Let me take you through a 90-minute session. Let me give you all the information and all my courses. Just go there. Just go there right now. LiveVideoSpecial.com. You'll see it's just a ridiculous way. That's how much I want to help you. Right? I want you to raise your hand and step forward. You can see, in life you got to risk to get what you want. And you guys know that. I want to make the risk there so you do something, but at the same time. So Raider says, there's a lot of people tell me that working. Didn't see that. So I could just tell you. So it's about getting your mind right to understand the big picture, the things that really matter. I can help you do that. Right? It's going to take a risk to get to the next level. You're going to have to say yes. All saying no does is keep you where you are. And I want to give you some risk so you can feel what it takes to take action. But I want to make the risk so low so you do take action. So if you're watching my videos, you want some personal attention, I want to make it where you have virtually nothing to lose, so go to livevideospecial.com. If you like this stuff, I will not let you down. Give you personal attention. And see, so Raider, go ahead and post that question again, but this is what I'm talking about. So Radar, he's trying to go through all the information, right? What I understand him saying, it only stays on the screen for a bit. But basically, he said he trains one body part once a week, and he's on the internet or in the gym, or some people tell him that you can't grow that way, or that's an ineffective way of training. Well, the bottom line is you should be able to look in the mirror and see if it's working for you. I don't know how long you've been training, but you should experiment with different ways. If you can't feel certain and confident that what you're doing is right, your brain's about ready to explode, well, be influenced by those other people. Train the way that they think works. Give it your all there. But give it your all the way you're doing it, and then we all have to make big boy decisions for ourselves. Right? I think you're going to find out that it's not the training routine, it's the person, right? You know what? For some people, and I know everybody thinks they train hard and they're effective and they want it badly, just look around. Everybody will say that, right? But is that true? I don't mean to be judgmental. I want everybody to be happy. Whether they have all the muscle that they want or not, life is about being happy. If they feel it's working for them, then great. If they feel they're training hard, then great. If they think they're maximizing their passion, intensity, their genetics, great. If they're happy, truly happy, that's what our bullseye is. Because you can always gain more muscle. You can always do something different, right? All right? So it's really the person, what he's putting in to the one body part once a week training. Or he's putting in his, 3 times a week training. Right? Intensity, execution versus volume. It all depends on the person, right? The particular training style, right? That a lot of people, this is the best training style. This is the best training style. Let me just tell you something. It's not the best training style for everybody because everybody isn't as intense. If there's a training routine, let's say, that calls for lower reps, less frequency, okay, fewer sets, right? And you think you're on some special team because you train a special way. Maybe LaCour trains that way or used to train that way. You can feel in control and certain all you want. But I'll tell you what, everybody doesn't execute it, right? But it seems like everybody feel certain they're on the right team. And so, like I said, and then when somebody says it doesn't work or whatever, the brains explode. See, the thing in life, man, you got to be able to navigate this stuff for what's best for you, that certainty and confidence. And that's what, when you get clear. And then, see, that's what I help guys do. Get clear so their heads aren't swimming around worrying about what other people are doing, worrying about what other people are saying, because they got their own world, their own experiences. We got to decide what we're going to do ourselves. All right, so Philippe asked the question, which is a great question, is, how does it feel to be on stage for the first time? All right? And you know why I think that's such a great question is that there's so many things, like, as you guys know with this bodybuilding training, there's training, the eating, the consistency, discipline, which is most important, which is the basic fundamental strategy that work. What are the extra things? So many people are saying so many things. Your head's about to explode. Am I ready? Am I good enough? Can I really compete in a show? Man, it's a great journey, but it's a mind-bending journey too, right? And what I've noticed, and this is true of me, I'm not sure if this is true of you, Philippe, but the first stumbling block, or the first question, the first thing that challenges your sense of certainty when you want to know if you should enter a bodybuilding contest, or you set your goal of doing that, is, how do I pose to music? Oh my God, I'm going to be in my posing trunks, almost naked, in front of a whole audience of people. What music do I pick? I'm not a dancer, and sometimes we just obsess about that, right? Now, if you've ever entered a contest, maybe you felt that way. I know I did, right? But when you go through the journey, Philippe, you'll realize that, sure, you want to be tan, shaved, ripped. You want to pick some great music. You want to do your best to move the crowd and go on that journey to be the best poser you can be. But when you're done with that contest, you're going to realize that posing on stage, there's nobody even at the judging table. They're kind of just, if you look down at the judge, they're not even looking. They just want to go home. The crowd just wants to go eat pizza. The competitors just want to get out of there. The show is already judged, right? By the time that posing routine is done. And, judges, they want to tell, the competitors that you got to come up with a routine, everything. But I'm just telling you, during the judging part of the show, the pre-judging, right, when the lights are on, there's less of a crowd, the judge is at their table concentrating. When you line out, Philippe, when you get out there and line up, man, that's when the show is judged. I mean, if you put a gun to their head, those judges, they've done this enough. They've competed. I'm going to have to look at that again, Philippe, your question, right? But those judges, they can place 1 through 5 in a split second. Now, to you and your friends, because you've been dieting for so long, it's so important to you, it's a really complicated process. Your friends will say, oh, you were better than him and this and that. But I'm telling you, your work is done from now until the time of your show, Philippe. What you diet, what you don't do. When you line up, those judges, easily within 30 seconds, they can place all the top 5, and then they don't even put attention. It's done, right? So you got to worry about your training, your eating, your dieting, every step along the way. Push yourself. You got to, learn the mandatory poses, right, that they have, the front double bicep and those type of things. Those are, in life, there's this 80-20 rule, right? There's 100 things to do, but only 20 of them really matter. You should get better and better. And, don't get overly concerned with those 80 things, because just get better and better at the 20. And then you do that for a year or 2 years. The guys in life who get the most out of life, they are going on this journey like you, whether it's family, business, relationships, body, competing, whatever it is. All right, maybe all of those things. They have to figure out the 100 things, so to speak, to do. The 100 things, they got to figure out which ones really matter too. And the metaphor that I'm using is, when you're done with that contest, you will realize that posing on stage to music was like number 87 out of 100 things that are important. The show's judged. I don't care what the judges say. They're not paying attention. They knew at the end of that judging round who won. Maybe they decided who the overall was, but to them it's so apparent during the day show. Unless something just crazy happens, but they can judge that in 5 seconds. So when it's the night show, the music, that's just for the crowd. That's just so that your family who pay and make the promoter worth his time, they can see on stage it's somewhat entertaining, but the show is judged. If you're sitting here spending a lot of time, especially now worrying about the posing routine and what music, that's a lot of wasted time that can be allocated a lot more effectively, right? You know, if your show's 6 months away, whatever song you're picking out right now might be old. It doesn't even matter, right? But the metaphor in life is that's what we do. We have this vision of what we want for life. There's like proverbial, metaphorically 100 things to do, and we're picking things. We're stressing out about things, and we're not feel we're good enough with things that are number 87, like the posing routine. Right? And we're spending a lot of time over here where it's just the 20 things that really matter, and then you just focus on those and get better and better at those. And see, the guy who has it all together, that you think, well, why is he so together? Why is he so much more successful and happy than me? He's not smarter than me. He doesn't work harder than me. I'm telling you, his journey, he was able through coaching, he came to a great coach, or somehow early in the process or earlier than you, he figured out the 80 things that don't matter so much and the 20 things that make the biggest impact. And he got better and better and better at the 20 things that make the most impact. And then he had a year of doing that, 2 years of doing that, 5 years of doing that. That's why he is way up here and you're down here, still trying to figure out the things that really matter. And I'll tell you, a lot of times, my job to help you build that muscle that you want to enjoy the bodybuilding training journey, I got to get you off YouTube. I got to get you off every single 25-year-old fitness expert who's saying, oh, you want to build arms? Here, let's tie a band around your arm, all right? Or I've got this new Bulgarian training system. Those things are way outside of the 20. But you know what? They're done giving you the 20 things that matter, the basics to what work. They did that on their YouTube channel 5 years ago. It's boring to them. And you know what? All the guys who don't know any better, who want to build muscle but they're kind of half interested, they want something new and exciting. What is everybody else talking about? Who are they gossiping about? Who does this little crazy little new technique or whatever? And it's entertaining, but I'll tell you, if every coach did their job, they would just pound the 20 things over and over and over and over again. You think you train with intensity? Let's dig down deeper. Let's dig down deeper. Let's redefine intensity. You think you have good mind-muscle connection? Let's break it down. Let's break it down. Let's break it down. I'm telling you, there's 20 things out of the 100 that really matter. And on YouTube, all you're seeing are 75 through 100. And you're wondering why you can't get this together and why you're so overwhelmed. Because it would be boring if they just did the 20 over and over again. They wouldn't get views. See, that's why there's one thing, if you notice about me. See, what you don't see are all the guys like you who come to me to really change their lives, to really change their training. I don't have to get as many views because the people who like, they don't do anything, right? If I say the things that will get a lot of likes, I'm telling you, they're 21 through 100. Probably the more likes I get, the more stuff that I say is number 89, right, that everybody else is saying. And they say, yeah, hey, because everybody's a follower, right? They don't feel comfortable if they're the only ones kind of doing it a certain way. See, that's what radar, man. You're doing it, it's probably working for you, but people are telling you, hey, that's not the way it works, and it's causing you uncertainty. I'm telling you, the basics over and over again and get better and better and better at it, right? Those are the guys who are attracted to my channel, right? So I have had a lot of guys on my social media platforms, and they're going, damn, this guy breaks it down. He's honest. He's got wisdom. He accomplished it. He's got a way of saying it. Why doesn't he get more views? And it causes self-doubt. They're going, well, I think he knows what he's talking about, but nobody else is here. And I get that. I get that. But I'll tell you, how many people out of 10 are successful and happy? 1, 2? So if it moves you, that's all that matters. Maybe you're in the select group of happy and successful people. I don't cater. I don't talk about all the bullshit, 21 through 100. It would get a lot of likes, but it's not going to get people who move and shake. I want movers and shakers and guys who do things and really change their life. And they realize that it's the basics, getting better and better at it, right? One typical question I get asked a lot is, this training routine isn't working. Should I do 5 times 5 times 5 or this or that? I said, dude, just do what you're doing. Get better at what you're doing. Here in Brazil, let's see, has grown a lot. I do tend to meet you. My plan is spreading this fitness, personal development message. That's what I've been working on as I transition from people knowing me as the bodybuilder. And I hope to be in Brazil with my family, spreading this special message that I have. A lot of guys have understood how unique it is. And I want to be in Brazil. I want to take my kids all around the world and touch people's lives and watch me just do this. This is great that I can do this while doing cardio in a spare bedroom, right? That's awesome with technology. But I want to meet you in person, Philippe. I want to change your lives. I want you guys to go to livevideospecial.com and do that 90-minute goal setting session, give you all the information. If I'm moving you, don't look around. Don't say, well, this guy gets 10,000 views and 100 million likes. I must do what he says. Well, who are the guys following him? Click some links, right? Do you want to be in this special group of guys who actually get things done? Or do you have to go where all the masses go? The masses aren't successful, right? All right, guys, go to livevideospecial.com. I want to talk to you like this. If you're being moved like I know you are, you wouldn't be around here watching this for 41 minutes. All right, reach out. Let's do this connection. If you think this is good, when I talk to you about your individual situation so you can make the connection to what you want most, that's when we're on fire. All right, guys, have a great day. Have an outstanding day. Think big and think bigger than getting bigger.